Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Hope your day is absolutely splendid. Am I on the wrong page? What's going on there? Oh, there it is. No, we're good. Okay. Um, Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. First and foremost, hope you have a wonderful day. All the moms, especially Mama Scone and E-Rock. But to all the moms, hope you have a great, great day. You're treated like, huh? And Mimi. Well, Mimi's not my mom. But I said to all the moms, to Mimi, of course, to Mimi as well, and and Grammy and all the moms, Jennifer and Alicia and Lauren. And should I just keep listing all the moms that we know? Oh, Erica. Okay. To my mom, Mama Scone, to E-Rock, and to Mimi. Happy Mother's Day. All right. Let's see. LSU baseball drops game 2 yesterday. That was a bummer. Y'all, it was simply this. It was the second worst game LSU's played this year. The worst game they played this year was that midweek when they played at Louisiana Tech. They kicked the ball all around the field. They misplayed everything. They were terrible. They were just terrible. And it was cold and rainy, and they were playing on turf. That was the worst game they played all year. Last night was the second worst game they played all year. LSU pitching walked 8 batters. LSU committed 3 errors. Stunning because Blake Money did not record an out. He faced 4 batters, did not record an out. Handed the ball off to Grant Taylor, who did his best to keep it within reach. Gave you 4 innings, but really the hat tip goes to Ty Floyd. Ty Floyd throwing 64 pitches over 4 innings, allowing just 1 run. Really, more than anything, for Ty Floyd, it saved your bullpen. The fact that Floyd was able to go chew up those 4 innings and get you to the end was so significant, because now you go into today with Dutton. You don't have Taylor, because Taylor threw 81 pitches yesterday. He's obviously not coming back. So you can't go Dutton-Taylor. But you have Dutton, and you've got pretty much everyone else. You absolutely have Devin Fontenot, who can extend for you. You've got Raiselman. You can go back to Cooper. You'll have Gervais available as well. Hasty can give you something today if you need it. Basically, you got all the dudes that you've been counting on can give you something today. So bats need to show up and provide some run support. But you feel pretty good about this one, considering you've got all the arms that you need to get through it. So thank God for Dylan. Dylan Cruz homered with 2 outs in the top of the first. Gave you a lead, and then you went and gave it right back. So you allowed 2 in the first, 3 in the second. It was just ugly. So kicking the ball around. Jordan Thompson dropped a pop-up. Tyler McManus dropped a pop-up. Just inexcusable stuff. Complete lack of focus. Lack of interest. Just very, very disappointing. Like, that's one where you hope you're so embarrassed by the way you played that you come back and kind of stick it to them today. So, boy, you just think of it, like, Alabama only had 7 hits in that ballgame. They scored 8 runs on 7 hits. You had 6 hits. They had 1 more hit than you did in that ballgame, and it never felt close because you gave them everything. So, massively disappointing, but a good opportunity today for LSU. It is a good opportunity. I'll remind you, Bama's best weekend day in conference play has been game 3s. They're 5-2 in game 3s. So this is where Bama has really excelled, taking game 3. But I like LSU because of all the arms they have available. You just got to go hit today. All right, let's say some good mornings here. David Coslin, what's up? Chance Babin, shout out to DC, inducted in the UFC Hall of Fame, absolutely. Greg Phillips, hey Dad, good morning. Kyle Gallo, is money a head case or is there an injury or mechanical problem? So we talked about this earlier this week with Terrio. If there were an injury or mechanical or something like that, like you would see velocity dip, and you're not seeing the velocity dip. All that's still there. It's just been a location. I mean, he had 2 walks last night on 4 pitches. I mean, got to throw the ball over the plate. And you could tell Jay Johnson just had a short leash. He wasn't going to let that game get away because of Blake Money's struggles. I mean, so they didn't even let him try to work through the issue in the first. They just yanked him. Ricky Lambert, Jason Horn, happy Mother's Day, E-Rock, and good morning, Matt. Jason Horn said, happy Mother's Day, E-Rock. Do you want to come tell the morning Sconers hello?
Good morning. Thank you for all Mother's Day wishes. Be nice to your moms and your baby mamas and any other mamas. It's a very special day. It's a beautiful day for Mother's Day.
It is a beautiful day for Mother's Day.
It is.
It is.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you later. Brand Roban, man, what the heck was the deal last night? Momentum was totally gone from Friday night's win. Yeah, played a terrible game. Kicked the ball around, had some adversity, didn't face it well. Here's like the bad news is, and I tweeted this last night, the bad news is last night was LSU's second worst game of the year. The good news, it only counts as 1, and you get to play today. So come back today and play well, win the series. Kelly Gross, good morning. Happy Mother's Day, Mama Kelly. Kyle Gallo, Floyd developing a curveball is huge. You said all along you could be a stud if he developed an off-speed pitch. Well, his fastball is a plus pitch, Kyle. I mean, I'll even hat tip Coogan last year when we were doing the companion shows late in the season, and Floyd started to emerge late last year. Coogan was the one who was like, that's a guy, he's a weekend guy. And he's right. I mean, his fastball is a plus pitch, but if it's the only thing you have, then you're not fooling anybody. So if he develops some off-speed stuff, that's a really nice development. Samuel Merrifield. Yeah, you know what, Samuel, thanks for that question. I negligent by not mentioning it. How long are they saying Barry is out? So Barry has a hairline fracture in his middle finger, his middle finger on his right hand. So because that's your bottom hand, if you're batting lefty, that's how you generate your power, right? It's your pull-through hand. The top hand would be control, bottom hand would be power. So like they're saying he can't bat left-handed. So he could bat right-handed. So if there's a left-handed pitcher, they could put him out there to bat right-handed, but he can't bat left-handed, which is disappointing because that's where all of his power, all of his home runs have come from the left side. He did not have it in a splint. I mean, they showed him on the step of the dugout. It was like he had his hands like this, kind of like clasped on the dugout with his elbows on the thing. And I mean, I can't imagine that season ending. Like, I'll tell y'all, I mean, this isn't like a Glory Days war story or anything like that, but I pitched as a kid. I broke my pinky finger playing foursquare, and I put a splint on it, and I kicked this out the side, I would pitch, just using these 4 fingers. So that, and hit, obviously. And then my senior year of high school, like a week before the season, I broke this finger. You can tell the knuckle's still all jacked up. Like, this was pointing this way. Like, I broke and dislocated that. We played offensive line. Use your hands a lot. I mean, I wore a splint and taped it and played the whole season. Like, Jacob Berry can play. I mean, I can understand why if it's still swollen and all, I wouldn't play last night. But shoot, I don't think this is going to keep him from, I mean, obviously one problem they'll have is throwing the baseball, right? It's his right hand. So if you're throwing the baseball, playing third base, he can't do that. So do you DH him? I mean, that's kind of your question. You DH him, you put Merrifield in. Well, then what do you do with Joe Bear? Maybe you put Joe Bear on right, you move Pearson to left, and Stevenson goes to the bench. It's or do you just DH Barry and you sit Joe Bear? I mean, it's not an easy decision to make here. Vernell Thomas, good morning. What are the chances of all our guys being healthy by the SC tournament? Man, you're less than 3 weeks away from the SC tournament, man. So I don't think anybody's going to be, completely healthy. But Connor O'Neill, what up? Trivia Carter, strong side, good morning. Happy Mother's Day to E-Rock. Yes, sir. Trivia, shout out to my beautiful wife and mother, my beautiful daughter, Brittany. Shout out to Mrs. Cajun Marine or Mrs. Carter. That's awesome. Happy Mother's Day. Hope all the moms have an awesome, awesome day today. Wendell Norman, good morning. Edward O. Try to tell people about money way back at the start of SEC play. Everybody blamed his minor wrist injury. I don't think anybody blamed his minor wrist injury. I don't think that was the problem. His velocity never changed. I don't think anybody was blaming that. And I think Blake Money has a role for sure. He has he's struggled to get SEC hitters out, but he's got a role. He's got good stuff. I think we just made our way through this season, and you learn more about your staff and what roles they fit in. Just like Mikhail Hilliard wasn't your Friday night guy to start the season. Paul Gervais wasn't your closer to start the season. Samuel Dutton wasn't in the rotation to start the season. So you just figure things out as it goes. There's been some good, some not great. Larry Garner, good morning. Go Tigers 195, your fave five head. Good morning from LA. I said Canelo question mark. So I tell you straight up, I did not pay attention to the boxing match last night. I'll tell you the crazy thing. So the MMA card, the UFC card last night was awesome. Watching Tony Ferguson get front kicked in the face and knocked unconscious was bonkers. Very surprised to see Thug Rose lose. But how about Oliveira, man? Charles Oliveira is such a dude. It's a bummer. That was a title fight. He beat Justin Gaethje, who's a monster. He submitted him, but he lost his belt because he missed weight by half a pound. I cannot understand missing weight. Anyway, so I was not so much interested in the boxing match last night at all. It was more LSU baseball, UFC, and then obviously we did our live stream yesterday for the Derby over at Don Juan. Let's see. Cliff Nelson, morning Scone. Team Drew, happy Mother's Day to E-Rock, Mama Scone, all the mothers in the Morning Scone family. Thank you, Cliff. Same to all the mothers in your family. Hope y'all have a great day, man. Good seeing you yesterday, as always. Brad David, what's up? Dale Broussard, hope Mikey Romero enrolls. So, FYI, talking to scouts, Mikey Romero, if he shows up on campus, for those that don't know, he's a California kid who's Team USA, everything, whatever. Romero is more likely your second baseman if he shows up on campus. Gavin Guidry would be your day one shortstop next year if he enrolls. So Gavin Guidry's part of the class, just a matter of if he gets his number. So if Jay can get him on campus, your middle infield next year would likely be, if Romero and Gavin Guidry show up, it would be those two. And Romero at second, Guidry at short. Connor O'Neill, I get that Thompson is a college player, but a drop pop fly is inexcusable for the starting shortstop at LSU. That can't happen. Yeah. I'll also remind you that, what was the kid's name? Spoon at Arkansas. Dropped a pop up in foul territory that would have won the national championship for Arkansas. Instead, they gagged that one away and then lost game 3. Happens. I'm not excusing it. I'm not saying it's okay. Total lack of focus from a player that's already under a lot of scrutiny. I get it. Let's see. Jesse Brown, Matt, happy Mother's Day to Erica and to your mom. Hope they have a wonderful day. Thank you, Jesse. Same to you and all the ladies in your life. Taz, what's going on, man? Are you concerned about tight end position? I'm not impressed with Troutman unless they tell me Taysom is going to play big at tight end. So, Taz, concerned about tight end? Yes. Really, really hopeful Troutman makes the big year-to-year leap here in year 3. He had a great opportunity last year when they let Jared Cook go and basically said, all right, Troutman, you're the guy, and then he wasn't the guy. Hopefully he makes that big step up this year. Tight end was definitely a position I thought they could have addressed in the draft, but obviously when they traded up and had limited draft resources, they didn't. So Nick Van Nett is still an option as that blocking tight end. And I'm curious to see how it goes in camp with trivia. Help us out if you would, if you're still there. Never mind, I got it. Freaking spammers. It's awful. Anyway. Where am I? So yes, so tight end, the undrafted kid out of Pitt. I'd be curious to see how he does as well. Guy was a really good athlete. Was a pro baseball prospect. Went back, played college football. Let's see. Let's see. Have you heard of Joseph Moscona? Yes, I have. It's my grandfather, and also have a cousin named Joseph Moscona. If the last name is Moscona, chances are we're related, brother. Ultimate Warrior, what up? Carl the Cat, what's going on? Ryan Rogers, how about that Kentucky Derby? Yeah, man. Rich Strike, huh? How about that? Second biggest underdog ever to win the Derby. Cray, 80-1. Chris Davis, Foursquare is still alive and well every lunch period at 855 Hearthstone. It was not there, actually. It was at Most Blessed Sacrament when I broke my pinky. Jake Matern, kick was the cleanest kickoff I've ever seen. Oh, okay. That kick was the cleanest knockout I've ever seen. Yes, got it. Boy, that was. I mean, Ferguson's a bad man, and to eat a kick like that and to go cold was something. Huh, babe? Yes. Erica, don't you clean that table? I'm gonna clean it. We, Drew and I went this morning to get breakfast for E-Rock.
Delicious.
So when E-Rock woke up, we had breakfast here. E-Rock got her Mother's Day presents. And a pretty good morning so far. Right, E-Rock?
Very good
Good.
morning.
Good. Let's see. Taz, I swear these sports commentators don't do their research before they speak. Skip and Shannon say the Bucks will sweep us because Sorensen's our starting safety. Yeah, Sorensen may not even make the roster. That's, they signed to a one-year deal. I guess good depth play, but, yeah, that's crazy. Trivia, Matt, that whiskey and wine took as long as me getting my Drew Bucks from E-Rock? What do you mean? That whiskey and wine took as long as me getting my Drew Bucks from E-Rock? What do you mean? Man, these spammers, bro, are driving me crazy. Like, I want to find them and just, strangle them. Anyway, if you're on Facebook, you don't get, in the YouTube chat, there's people spamming the YouTube chat. It's annoying. Anyway. Devin Kelly, what's up, man? Happy Mother's Day to the number one mom, E-Rock. Matt, you better take care of that woman today for putting up with you. She's had a good morning so far, Devin. A very good morning. Thank you. Absolutely. Carly Cat, happy Mother's Day, E-Rock and Mama Scone. Will Juan Johnson make the team? Juwan Johnson. Good question. Boy, it's gonna be a battle, those receiver spots, huh? Now, if they keep him as a tight end, I think he's got a better opportunity. Oh, so anyway, trivia. That was not exactly a post-bowl game whiskey and wine. That was just a show it was just a live stream at Don Juan on Derby Day. But yes, we never did a post-bowl game whiskey and wine. That's true. That's a fact. Ultimate Warrior, I gave my baby mama some money. Good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good.
That's very sweet.
Where are we? Oh, let me remind you also, it is Mother's Day, but we have to hustle. Whoop. Dang it. I have it muted. That's my bad. Poor execution on my part. Here we go.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone and Terrio.
All you need is HUDCO.
Call HUDCO Roofing.
364.
1007.
HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Matter of fact, let's drop that that link there in the comments. Little HUDCO Roofing. Appreciate that greatly. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Man, there was actually my neighbor behind me. Their roof is awful looking. I mean, they need a roof replacement in a bad way. But we don't door knock. Maybe I'll be casually walking with Drew in the neighborhood and wait and see the neighbor outside. Be like, hey, by the way, you need a new roof, fellow. Be a good neighbor. Just if your neighbor has an ugly looking roof, you're like, yeah, it's about time to get a new roof. Let them know. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Chance Babbitt started watching The Pivot after hearing you and RC the other day. Great show. It is fantastic, man. You could definitely fall down the binge rabbit hole on The Pivot. Brant Roban, is Thompson leading errors on our team? Absolutely. He's just having a rough year, man. No way around it. Like, he's a solid player, he's having a really bad year defensively. Alan Hurd, morning, Matt. Any reason Helmers is not getting much action? Joe is my favorite HUDCO guy. All right, a little love for Joe Morales. Love to hear that. If you're in the New Orleans area, chances are you will deal with Joe Morales at some point throughout the process. Awesome dude. Joe's a stud. We appreciate him very much. Yeah, Helmers, just kind of lost in the shuffle here with some other guys that have emerged. They like certain guys in their roles. I think Helmers could have been a guy that would have been an innings eater in a game like last night, you know. But, yeah. Kyle Gaio, watching the drone view of the Derby was incredible. That run to the lead was absolutely insane. You saw that horse, like, stare at the other horses as it was passing him. Like, I mean, that dude was, like, galloping. He looked at, I mean, what was the favorite? The two favorites, Epicenter and whatever the other one, Zandon. You boys galloping past him, he just goes, like, he's galloping, like, what? Like, I'm not going to curse, but he was on it. Let's see. Brant Roban, Scone, like me, do you get nervous on any simple ground out or pop up being botched by our lack of defense? Yeah. I mean, nothing's given with this team. That's fair. Mikey Romero is making some change, doing advertising for that VR baseball simulator. Good for him. Samuel Merrifield, man, Matt, you nailed on Joe Bear. He's a Deadpool hitter. He's really scuffling now. He is. I mean, he is a Deadpool hitter. Everyone's shifting against him. So, but he also pounds. He's got some swing and miss, but he pounds the baseball. So you leave him in the lineup because he's always a threat in the bottom third of your order to do a 3-run homer. Vernell Thomas, happy Mother's Day to the ladies in the Scone family. Thank you so much. Mark Vatanovich, if LSU goes to Hattiesburg Regional. Mark, you got to stop with that. They're not going to Hattiesburg, please. It's like you with the Hattiesburg Regional now is the same as you with Taysom Hill. And I try to tell you forever, Taysom Hill was never going to be a starting quarterback for the Saints. And LSU's not going to the Hattiesburg Regional. Stop it. Stop. Mark, please. Stop it. David Furr, morning, Matt. Do you think that if he is up to it, Barry would be a DH option over Joe Bear? Yeah. I mean, I think from the right side is what they'd be thinking. But, you know, if you DH Barry, that would have to take Joe Bear out of the lineup. I'm not sitting Pearson to put Joe Bear in right. If Barry's DHing, then Merrifield has to go to third. So I think if you DH Barry, Joe Bear's got to come out of the lineup. I can't put Joe Bear in right field. If they did that, they'd have to move Pearson over to left, which I'm fine with Pearson in left, but taking Stevenson out of the lineup, as good as he's been defensively in left, would really not sit well. I mean, he's made some awesome plays. He's made run-saving plays out there in left. Jason Orrin, you call it the Hudco jingle. I call it the Matt Shuffle. The Hudco hustle. Who was the guy that kept asking for it every day? Golly, I'm forgetting his name now. He was on YouTube and he's like, let's hustle. It was the guy asking for the Hudco hustle. He hadn't been here in a while. He Seabiscuited them. Any chance NCAA outlaws the shift like MLB? I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, and here's why. There are positions in baseball. You have a first base, a second base, a shortstop, a third base, left, center, right, catcher. I mean, you have positions. That's how the game was designed. You have positions on the field. So play those positions. I'm okay with you shading in your position. Like sometimes you play in, sometimes you play back, sometimes you may shade toward for whatever. But like adding an extra outfielder. This isn't rec league softball. What are we doing here? No, I'm not okay with the shift. Did you see back-to-back amazing catches by Cruz and Stevenson? Yes, the one by Cruz in center was a Sports Center top 10 play. Should have been. I don't know if it was, but the fact that he got to the ball, caught it, and stayed on his feet was remarkable. Alan Hurd, what seed do you think LSU will be in the tournament? Are you talking about the NCAA tournament or the SEC tournament? Because I do think LSU will be a regional host, which means they'll be a top 16. So they'll be somewhere between 9 and 16, depending on how they finish. I did like Bianco catching last night. He looks way more comfortable behind the plate than McManus. Brant Roban, living here in Knoxville, I heard them all say all week UT would sweep Kentucky, no problem. Baseball's a funny sport. It is. All right. YouTube, smash that like button if you haven't done so yet. Appreciate that. Just take a quick second, hit the thumbs up. We appreciate it. Facebook, like the page, share the post. Remember, brought to you by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. You need an orthopedist. It is Mother's Day. But After Hours Clinic is open at Brock on Bluebonnet near Perkins, inside of the Surgical Specialty Center. Walk ground level inside Surgical Specialty Center. Boom, you're looking right at Brock. Jacob Potter, good morning. Have you talked about baseball? Yeah, we've been talking about it most on and off. Carl the Cat, pull off the bandage and tell your neighbor his roof sucks. Ultimate Warrior, money starting is a problem for us. Yeah, I don't think he will be after this week. It felt like they were going to, like this was the short leash game and it was like the one less opportunity to see if he could go. I think next week you probably roll Collins out there in that number 2 starting role. LSU Tiger fan 7, Thompson will not be the shortstop next year. Matt, Mikey Romero will have the spot. So I don't know if you heard, I talked about it already. If Romero shows up on campus, again, this is from scouts, he's more likely your second baseman. Gavin Guidry will be the day 1 shortstop next year, not Romero. Romero will play on the right side of the infield at second base. How many primetime games do you think we get this year? I believe the schedule is coming out soon. Yeah, schedule's this week, Taz. It's on Thursday. NFL schedule release. I think they'll get at least 3. I would expect them. Well, you're going to get a Thursday. Nobody gets a Thursday. I would also expect that the Saints will play a Monday and a Sunday night game. I would not be surprised at all if Saints-Bengals with Burrow coming to the Dome was a primetime game. And one of the Saints-Bucks games, I would imagine, will also be a primetime game. So that would be my guess. At least 3. Gulf South, why won't LSU go to the Hattiesburg Regional? I must have missed this last time you mentioned it. Because they're going to host a regional. That's the point, Gulf South. They're, like, LSU is already in regional projections a regional host. With 7 SEC games remaining, if they get to 17 wins in SEC play, they need 4 more wins to pretty much lock up a regional host. So they're going to host. That's why they're not going to go to Hattiesburg, because they're going to host. Now, if Southern Miss ends up a national seed, could they pair Baton Rouge and Hattiesburg to where if LSU and Southern Miss both won their regionals, the super regional will be in Hattiesburg? Yeah, that could happen. Hit's already tough to come by. Another outfielder would be terrible. Well, we're talking about the shift, yeah. Tim Gotro, what's up? Devin Kelly, I like the Pats when Falk went there. I wanted the Giants and Dolphins to do well when Odell and Jarvis were there. I even liked the Chiefs when Bo went there, but I legit want Bengals to win the Super Bowl with Joey B. I think most people feel that way, Devin. I mean, LSU fans are there. I mean, we've just never really had the opportunity to see an LSU quarterback playing in the NFL at an elite level, and I say at the elite level because I mean, look, Flynn, bounced around the NFL in Green Bay and Seattle and the Raiders, and of course Jamarcus was the number 1 overall pick and was a bust. So we just haven't got to see an LSU quarterback leading an NFL team and doing so at an elite level. So it's awesome to see. I mean, Devin, I think most people agree with you, man. I mean, there's a lot of people watching the Bengals down here. Now, like, so I think 20 years from now, it may be like, or 30 years from now, it may be like with basketball, how you have some Orlando Magic fans here because they started watching the Magic when Shaq went there in '92 and just stayed Magic fans. I think you're going to see a lot of that with the Bengals. Chris Davis, how about Barr being upset by Santa Monica? Huge upset. Oh, wow, I didn't see that. Good for them. Guidry for Barb won the second game. Okay. Speaking of Odell, has he been signed yet? He has not. Odell's still a free agent. All right, any more? Brant, doesn't Johnson have the number 1 recruiting class coming in next year? Yes, and it's a loaded class. The question or the challenge, right, with any class like that is getting those guys on campus. How many of them sign? Because you're not going to get them all.
Hi, Dad.
But I'll tell you.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Drew. One of the conversations I had with a big league scout was if Jay Johnson, he gave me this number, said if Jay Johnson could get 60% of that class on campus, it would be a major win. So you got 2 of the top 3 catchers in the country signed. You mentioned Gavin Guidry and Mikey Romero, a couple of middle infielders. You got a lot of arms signed as well. But let's see. Let's see. Carly Cat, Cade York, first LSU kicker drafted, going to keep Cleveland in games. Yeah, got to, man. I mean, you got to have a kicker. Got to have a kicker that's automatic from 50 plus. But you can count on it from 50 plus, let me say it that way. Edward O. Let's see, saw a bar player flip his bat about 20 feet in the air. I don't know how he wasn't thrown out after getting walked. I mean, I'm okay with a little flexing. I'm okay with confidence and swagger and all that stuff. A little weird to see it at the high school level. Joey Bats hits a 400-foot walk-off homer in a big league game and wants to bat flip before he starts his trot. Okay. A high school kid doing it when he gets walked? I didn't see it, so I don't know, but yeah. Chance Babin, NIL may deter some going to minor leagues. That is, I think that Chance is going to be a really interesting sort of test case this year. Especially with all the conversation going on now about NIL trying to curb it as a recruiting inducement. But I do think there's some validity there. If you have programs that have the right support system, you could see... Now, the guy that wants to sign for 7 figures, whatever, and go play pro ball, God bless. But, the guy that... I'll give you an example. Blaine Enlow. Blaine Enlow is a kid from... Did Enlow pitch at Santa Mar or EA? Blaine Enlow... Oh, never mind. He got $2 million. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, that was it. They tripled it because I thought it was $800K. The Twins tripled his slot value. His slot value was $755. They ended up giving him $2 million. Okay, so that's where I had the $800K. So he ended up getting $2 million. So good for him. Sign. I don't blame you. But the kid that maybe signs for $300K or something like that, you may have a better chance of getting that kid on campus with the right NIL opportunities. I think so. I think you could. That's the kind of player you could keep. All right, let's see. Jordan Haddad going to take Game 3 today. I think LSU will. I think LSU will win Game 3 today. You can't play much worse than you did last night. I expect a good outing from Dutton. And not only that, behind Dutton, like we talked about, you've got Raiselman, Gervais, Cooper, Collins, Hasty. You have everybody available. So the depth of quality arms, like this may be a 4-hour baseball game today because Jay Johnson may have to manage it pitch by pitch where 8 guys pitch, and he's just like, think about that Game 2 against wait, was it the Mississippi State series? Or the Florida, what am I thinking of? The last game against Florida. Anyway, it may be one of those games where you see 8 pitchers. You know, you may see six to 8 pitchers from LSU because he's going to manage like pitch by pitch, at bat by at bat. Like, and he has the luxury to do it. So I think that does benefit LSU in this game today. So I do think LSU will win today. I told y'all yesterday I thought they were going to lose yesterday. I didn't think it was going to go the way it did. But not knowing what we were going to see from Blake Money, and considering you likely didn't have Gervais, Cooper, Raiselman available, it was hard to bet on LSU yesterday. But I do think they win today. Bama starter had some nasty stuff, except when it came to Cruz. Dylan Cruz is awesome, man. He 2 homers last night, great play in center. He was awesome. Cagenomics, isn't there talk about increasing baseball scholarships as well? That's been an argument for a long time. The 11.7 is a joke. Jacob Potter, A&M Game 2 was like 5 hours. Maybe that's the one No, it's the one where Raiselman came in. I'm thinking of the game. I think this was Game 1 against Florida, but they lost. No, it wasn't Game 1 against Florida. Maybe Game 2 against Florida. It's maybe Game 2 against Florida. Yeah, I think it was Game 2 against Florida, where Raiselman came in with the bases loaded and nobody out. He got strikeout, ground out, strikeout to get out of it. God, was that Mississippi State? Maybe that was State. That was the Mississippi State series, what I'm thinking of. Anyway. Got it. Devin, what's the series count against Bama? 2-0, 1-1, 0-2. I mean, LSU won Friday. Bama won yesterday. So it's 1-1. Rubber match today. Jordan Haddad. Let's go. Thanks to Cagenomics. I can watch it from Albuquerque. Very nice. Very nice. Everybody let Matt go. This is E-Rock's day. He needs to be a hair fairy today. I was the nail fairy showed up yesterday. E-Rock don't have Mother's Day. She has Mother's Day weekend. So she had Nail Fairy showed up yesterday. Hey, bud, you want to come say hi to Dad's show? Come here. Hey, Drew, come see. Hey, where your pants? He's running around in a onesie. He's got no pants on. Hey, where your pants? So the Nail Fairy showed up yesterday. Then I drove to New Orleans to go, oh, look, a cardinal. That's really cool. Wow. It's a cardinal right there in the garden. That's beautiful. That thing is 10 feet away from me. Wow, that's really cool. You don't often see cardinals around here, do you? In Baton Rouge? Pretty bird, man. Just hanging out. Anyway, so Hair Fairy showed up. I went to New Orleans. Nail Fairy showed up. I went to New Orleans for my godchild's first communion yesterday. Popped back to BR. Went over to Don Juan for our Derby show. Then after Don Juan, I went over to Louisiana Lagna to get Erica's favorite meal in the world. Erica's favorite meal in the world is the fish and papillote from Louisiana Lagna. So we had that for dinner last night. And then woke up this morning, took Drew, went and got Erica breakfast, Had breakfast all ready for her when she woke up. Mother's Day balloons. We had her presents from Drew, one from me. And now we're going over to JJ's house in a little bit. So full day, full weekend. Devin, no, not on TV today. Stream SEC Network Plus today on the stream. Couple more, please make sure the baby. Please make sure to please the baby mama today, guys. They take a lot of poop from us. They deserve a day to be spoiled. At least you didn't T-Bob that yesterday. Where's your pants, LOL? Drew laughs at that when I do that. We pants. All right. Appreciate y'all. Jared DeLucky, what's good, man? Yes, indeed. It was a miracle the Tigers only used Taylor and Arnold last night. Well, they used Floyd. Grant Taylor and Ty Floyd to finish it out. Which saved, Ty Floyd was huge last night. The fact that he chewed up 4 innings last night saved your pen for today, which is why I think they have a chance. So, and probably should win it today. Chad Blanchard, I think Thompson needs to just have fun, get out of his head. Look, he shaved his hair, he cut his hair, shaved his face. And he has played better. Last night was not a great day, but it wasn't a great day for a lot of guys last night, but he's played better. All right, y'all, I think we're just about done. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. You need orthopedics, go see Brock. They've got all the subspecialties. They're the best. Of course, Chip Bankston did my knee surgery throughout the years. If it was when I hurt my Achilles, hurt my neck, I'll always go to Brock. They're just the best. They're the physicians for LSU, for the New Orleans Saints. They're just the best. It's Brock. And of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Y'all do me a solid. I got Hudco pinned in both chats. Somebody watching right now, I know somebody watching right now needs a roof repair or roof replacement or just an inspection or knows someone who could use an inspection. Maybe you had Ida damage, maybe it's hail, maybe you have your paperwork from Ida, maybe you've already got a check from your insurance company. Give us a shout. Click the link, HudcoRoofing.com. Click the link, hit the contact form, fill out a little bit of information, take you 60 seconds, boom, we'll be in touch, and would love to give you that free, no obligation roofing inspection. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. All right, y'all have a great day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. Hope y'all have an awesome day. Hope you're treated great, and we will see you tomorrow for more in Scone. Peace.